Live from an undisclosed location, this is Caped Informers, episode 2. First episode of the new year. We kind of disappeared a little bit there, but we are back. And we're going to try to make this a weekly thing, hopefully, or maybe an off-weekly. I don't know. But we'll see. A bi-weekly, we'll see. But as always, I am the host, your host, Brady. To my left, I have Christian, and we're joined by two mysterious figures here today. We have Dan and Ryan. Boys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Hello, Dan.
All right, so in today's show, we're going to talk about the biggest news in comics, superhero movies, TV shows, the whole thing. Let's start it off right now. Latest news, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. Did not go over well.
It came as a huge shock. That was it was left field. I did not see anything coming.
Did not see it coming either, and we had discussed it in previous conversations.
I mean, we had been talking about casting this movie ever since Comic-Con.
Yep.
And every name that came up, it was like Joaquin Phoenix and Bryan Cranston, and just a lot of different actors, and everyone was saying Warner Brothers was holding out to hit a home run. And we get Jesse Eisenberg.
I'd say it's a foul ball, if anything.
But it's, at first the initial shock, it's kind of subsided. I've got some different views now than I initially
Yeah,
did. What did you guys think of the initial thing? When you first heard the name?
I wouldn't have even considered Jesse Eisenberg as a viable option.
I don't think anybody would have.
Yeah, I don't I don't was thinking that.
One, because, he's already the owner of Facebook, so he can't really, But then again, I actually saw fan art of him bald, and he actually didn't look that bad bald.
Yeah,
it was kind of cool.
Fan art.
Yeah,
the way they made him look, it looked pretty cool.
All right, well, let's just all say, no matter what, he's not going to have Gene Hackman curly hair. He's going to be bald.
He will be bald.
He will be bald. All right, get that out of the way. All right. Yeah, but initially I was very no way, but I've kind of calmed down a little bit. I've taken a deep breath and thought about it. And, I like that they kind of went the Smallville route and the Superman birthright route where you have Superman and Lex as a similar age.
Yep. I thought about that too.
Everyone keeps saying Bryan Cranston, but he's so much older than Henry Cavill and even Ben Affleck.
Right.
So I feel that I like, especially you had Kevin Spacey already, you had Gene Hackman. You're going younger. It's a different type of Lex, and he's the similar age with Superman, and I think that's a different dynamic we haven't gotten to see on the screen.
I know. Well, I mean, the only thing about people saying Bryan Cranston to play Lex, obviously because everyone knows that he was bald in Breaking Bad, and we've said it before, the guy probably doesn't want to be bald for the rest of his life, they're going to keep putting him in these bald roles, and you know what, maybe one day you'll grow your hair back.
57-year-old man, my old man's 57, he's got no hair. Bryan Cranston has a nice fucking head of hair.
He does.
When he gets to grow in, that guy's going to want to keep it for a while.
Yeah. Would he have been my first choice? Maybe.
I saw him more as an Officer Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon?
Totally
agree with that.
They're trying to get him on for the Gotham show, right?
Well, that's just rumors. One person says something and then the internet explodes. It's like there was that rumor about this movie that Wonder Woman was going to be an ancient Kryptonian, and then everyone had a shit fit. And I don't blame them because that sounds very stupid.
Well, that's actually good because speaking of Wonder Woman,
Gal Gadot?
Yeah, what do you think?
Gal Gadot? I mean, at least with Eisenberg, I've seen a few Eisenberg movies. I saw The Social Network. Mm-hmm. I've seen Now You See Me. Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Magician movie?
Yeah, the Magician movie.
Yep.
So I've seen him. I've seen his acting experience. I don't think he's a terrible actor.
No.
I just think, his voice, he speaks very quickly.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem that intimidating, especially when you put him next to Affleck, who's like 6'3", 6'4", Cavill, who's a fucking tank now.
Yeah, I know.
And then you got little Jesse Eisenberg.
He seems so unique.
But with Gal Gadot, I literally have no reference
I know, nobody's really
of any kind of material. I'm not a big Fast and the Furious guy, so I've never, I don't know her. whatsoever. I know she's Israeli, and I know that she was a former Miss Israeli, right? In like 2006 or something.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I have no point of reference with her. So, what did you think of that, bud?
I'm kind of on the fence like you. Like, I don't really know who she is. I know that she kind of looks like Wonder Woman, which is always good. I mean,
see, I can't stand the complaints that like she's too skinny and that kind of shit.
Who cares?
Because one, Zack Snyder got Henry Cavill in the gym.
Yep.
Made him huge.
Yep.
In the cast and call, which we've all seen, it says, quote unquote, expect intense heavy lifting.
Yeah.
So she's going to be putting on some bulk for this. It's not like they're like, she's a twig. She's not going to stay a twig to play the Princess of Themyscira. All right?
No, I think she's going to do a good job. I think should be.
I don't know anything about her.
I don't either.
You guys know anything about Fast and Furious? Dan, you know a little bit about Fast.
I've seen what was it? Fast and Furious and Fast 5, the two installments that she was actually a part of. She looks good on a bike. So
we're going to see a Wonder Woman bike here?
A Wonder Woman bike.
The Wonder
As
bike?
long as I know, New 52 did the greatest thing ever, Wonder Woman. Getting rid of and exploding the invisible jet. For someone who can fly, why you need an invisible jet, I have no idea. With her, I don't know how they're going to integrate her in the story. We've got a young Lex, we've got an older Bruce Wayne, and we've got the same age of Clark and Lex are around the same age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and Gal Gadot, she's in late 20s. So we got a Wonder Woman. Is she? Is she in her 30s?
I would assume so.
Yeah, she can't be that old.
No, I don't think she's that
Someone
old.
get a number on that, but she can't be too old.
So while we're getting that, we covered Jesse Eisenberg, and maybe he will do a good Lex. Yeah. Who knows?
I'm just thinking I'm trying to think of what the story is going to be like. Like,
exactly.
This Luthor, he's young, right?
Mm-hmm.
So are we going to see the Smallville route where he inherited his empire from Lionel Luthor?
Mm-hmm.
Or are we going to see the Lex Luthor who burned his parents' house down, took the insurance money from suicide slums, and built up his empire on his own?
I don't know.
Because we saw the Lex Corp Easter eggs in the last one. You guys remember the trucks and shit? And it's clear that LexCorp exists. He's a figure in this world. So Eisenberg, he's the young billionaire genius.
So maybe we should keep an eye out for maybe a Lionel Luthor casting sometime soon.
I don't know. Is that where you think they're going to go? I think personally they're not going to go Lionel. I think it's going to be he built himself up. Yeah. And Man of Steel, they really went for. What would it be like if Superman came into the world today? Mm-hmm. That's what they kept trying to... And Lawrence Fishburne very slowly said, can you imagine how they would react? But, that's what I was thinking about, because I heard someone make a very good point that in today's world, someone like a Lex Luthor would come about. Who it would be if you had to compare to like someone who was like a Lex Luthor, Mark Zuckerberg in a way, who kind of built himself out of nothing, and then if you really want to get lazy and cast, you just cast the fucking guy who played Mark Zuckerberg.
Wow,
Jesse Eisenberg.
It's strange. I never really thought of it that way.
29-year-old Wonder Woman.
29.
How about
she's
that?
old.
Get her out of there.
Oh man, I don't know how you. This is what I'm nervous about. I have no idea how she's going to work into the story. Have you heard this rumor that she's going to be a Wayne Tech employee? Undercover Wayne Tech employee trying to take something back?
I did read something about that, yeah. She's just going to be... She's just going to be there.
It sounds like the Talia al Ghul play that we had before, which I hate that.
I didn't get it.
There was no point to it.
I don't know. But, that's something to keep an eye out for all fans out there. Just keep monitoring this stuff. But what do you got pulled up right there? What do you want to talk about villains now for this movie, or what?
Well, we've been talking about Lex, but the whole time they said, I'm sorry, I'm breaking out a cookie, I'm a fat ass. The whole time we've been talking about villains for this movie, casting villains. Now, when they said Batman, Superman, immediately my fanboy erection went up because I thought there'd be a Batman villain and a Superman villain. Mm-hmm. But from everything we've been told, it's going to be two Superman villains. So, with Eisenberg, I keep thinking to say Heisenberg. But Eisenberg, would Jesse.
People wanted Heisenberg, and they got Eisenberg.
Little Jesse. Yeah. He's going to need some muscle.
Yeah.
He might put some muscle on, even if he does. He's still not a big guy. No. He's going to need someone to be the enforcer. If they're having him team up with someone, I don't know. Maybe he's on the sidelines. Maybe he's not even the full-fledged Lex yet. You know what I mean? Like he's Lex and he's the businessman, and maybe at first he's he's trying to tell the people of the city that Superman isn't a good guy. Look what he did to this. He's in the right and that kind of thing. I don't know, but we need a villain who is going to go toe-to-toe with Superman so Zack Snyder can do shitloads of fights like he loves to do.
Yep.
So characterization be damned. 20 minutes of fighting.
Get this guy signed up. All right, so what are you thinking?
I mean, there's so many different villains you could do.
We already saw Zod.
Well, yeah, we saw Zod, but...
Which, by the way, was phenomenal. Of course.
Michael Shannon.
Yep.
The one that makes the most sense...
Is Metallo. Yeah, you're right. It does make sense.
It makes sense. I'm sorry, I'm eating the cookie.
And enjoying it.
It organically brings in kryptonite. Mm-hmm. Maybe Lex helps create fucking Metallo.
Or has something to do with it, at least. Maybe not create it, but maybe puts funds somewhere. Maybe we could see that. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe him and Wayne are making some kind of military weapon. And Wayne finds... It could be like that storyline from the animated one when him and Bruce are working on a military thing together, and when Bruce finds out what Lex is really doing, what he tries to pull out. Mm-hmm. Something like that. But I think Metallo works as the muscle.
Yeah.
To Lex's brilliance.
Okay. I can see it.
The thing that really upset me, though, is with the Eisenberg casting, is I can't see him in Lex's power suit, his green and purple suit.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to see that. And the person who does the costume designs for Man of Steel, I don't know his name.
Yeah.
Or her name. They did a great job in the last one.
Yeah, they did. They did an excellent
And from
job.
what we've heard about the multiple bat suits in the next one, is that it's going to look incredible.
Well, our boy Kevin Smith.
Yeah, he said
all about it.
Yeah, he's seen it, and he says the rumor is it looks like Jim Lee Hush. So a little bit of blue in there, no yellow on the symbol. You got it all black with the gray. I've always wanted to see the gray. Mm-hmm. I personally hate the Christian Bale suit. I was telling these two about it yesterday. I think it looked terrible in that daytime fight scene against Bane.
Oh, yeah.
Because it looked okay at night. You know why? Because you can't fucking see it because it's all black.
Yeah.
But you come out in the daytime, you're like, what the fuck is that?
A lot of people were very surprised at that, too, because a lot of people were like, when Batman's fighting in the day, this is strange. Like, and people weren't used to it.
I mean, I like it as extreme circumstance. I mean, he had to.
Yeah, exactly. People just didn't get it. They're like...
He could have just waited till night until the bomb went off and not given a fuck.
He could have.
I only fight at nighttime. I can only fight crime when the sun goes down. 6 to 6.
Other than that,
that's my time. Let the blue flyboy come in and deal with the fucking 9 to 6 shift.
Oh, man. So Metallo is the other villain. I can see it.
That's what I'm sure. Boys, you got any ideas?
Who else?
So you think they are going to introduce Kryptonite?
Yes.
Yeah, they should.
I feel like this movie is called Batman vs. Superman. At some point, that's the tentative title. At some point, we're going to expect a fight.
Yeah.
To make this a somewhat fair fight, I feel we need a little kryptonite.
We do.
Yeah.
Because
not the 3 doors down kryptonite.
Yesterday, me and the boys watched Justice League War. Have you seen it yet, Brad?
It just came out, right?
Yeah,
recently.
yeah.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
In the beginning, they have the first time Batman Superman meet in the New 52 in this movie.
That's
And
pretty cool.
Batman's pulling out all the stuff out of his belt, and Superman just destroys it. And that's usually the way a fight with him would go.
Right.
You know what I mean? He just gets pretty much owned.
Right.
And then we watch Dark Knight Returns, but so I think Kryptonite needs to be introduced in this one, especially with Lex. He has such a connection to Kryptonite.
Mm-hmm.
A fight against Batman with Kryptonite would be awesome. And then if you introduce Kryptonite, obviously Metallo he works right into that story.
Yep.
Is there another villain you think could work besides Metallo as some kind of muscle?
Could we see
This guy right here?
Snyder take on Bizarro?
A Bizarro?
You know, I was thinking Bizarro too, kind of.
Are you thinking like Lex Creation Bizarro?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
definitely
you're not
Lex
thinking like
Creation.
other dimension.
No,
I don't think they would ever
no.
go other dimension.
No,
Mr.
no.
Mixelplex,
Yeah.
Larry David.
Oh God.
I can see the Lex creation design.
Not that I have anything against LD.
The Lex Creation Bizarro,
Yeah.
like the Forever Evil kind of storyline with the collection.
Which I thought was very cool.
Oh, I like that a lot. It was a kind of a funny dynamic between the two too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because like regular Superman you would never see with Lex and him telling him what to do.
I know, like I'm your master and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I don't. I guess it's kind of up in the air, but I don't know. Hopefully Zack Snyder knows what he's doing.
But he obviously has some kind of plan if
I
he's
know.
casting Jesse Eisenberg.
I know. We'll see. I mean, I hope the kid does good. I mean, what better role could you ask for in your career? You know, oh, you're gonna play Lex Luthor. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, like that's a like I know like we put a ton of pressure on this movie.
I know,
and
not just us, people everywhere.
everyone does, and it's hard not to. It's
Yeah.
the two of the biggest characters in the world
Yeah.
teaming up. The Superman symbol is the second most recognized symbol in the world behind the Christian cross. It's insane. Everyone knows him. Everyone is going to go see this movie. There's
And
a
if you're
lot
not-
of pressure on this movie to work. So as Jesse Eisenberg, got to bring your fucking Oscar A game.
I know, you got to bring it.
A movie is only good as its villain.
Yep.
A villain guides the movie.
Yep.
If you don't have an antagonist that can take out your protagonist, what's the point of fucking watching? Because you just know they can win.
Yeah.
That's why
You're
Iron
right.
Man 3
Mhm.
was a terrible film.
What was? Oh, Iron Man.
3.
Oh yeah.
Iron Man 3 was fucking awful.
Oh, until the Ben Kingsley bill.
Man.
Oh, that's
Ole, ole, ole. God. Oh.
We don't have to talk about that. I don't.
There's
So,
That's a touchy subject, that movie.
Why don't we go touch on our thoughts of Mr. Affleck? We haven't talked
Affleck?
about this yet.
Well, like I was saying earlier, I saw things that people were saying, well, at least this Eisenberg casting is better than the Affleck casting.
Why is he so hated? Can someone please? Do you guys know? I don't know.
I like
Can
it.
you guys know?
Do you like the casting now? Or what did you think initially when you first heard it? You tell the truth. You can be very candid. It's fine.
Me?
yeah,
Myself?
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. No, Daryl.
I was pretty okay with it.
Yeah.
And, like, haven't seen him in any big roles, since he became a director. So
You weren't like completely like abhorrent to it like everyone on the
The
internet.
thing that really bothered me is that people were like, "Oh, how's he gonna make a good Batman? He played Daredevil and he fucking sucked." It's just like, you hear Kevin Smith talk about it, and he says that movie wasn't even a flop, and everybody calls it a flop, but it made so much money.
It made money. Like if you watch the director's cut, it's a lot better movie.
Yeah.
But if you hear Ben talk about it, it's one of the movies he regrets the most. Not because he regretted taking the role as Daredevil, he regretted it wasn't good.
Right.
Because I was listening to Fat Man on Batman, and Paul Dini was on, and he was talking about how in the early 2000s he was trying to develop a Batman movie, and he was on set with one of Kevin's movies with Ben, and he was talking to Ben. He just said Ben knew so much about Batman and
of
comics
course
and
he does.
and like when Ben got that role of Daredevil, he was excited. He's a comic fan.
Yeah.
And he kills him that it wasn't a good movie. So in recent interviews, he's been saying that he's like, if there's one thing I do, I wish it'd be a good movie. There is no way in hell the guy who just won an Oscar for Best Picture is going to take a role as Batman if he thinks the movie is going to suck.
No, absolutely not.
If he thinks that he's going to make it suck. He's not going there for one payday. If you have the opportunity to play Batman, if anyone called anyone, you wouldn't say fucking no. And it sounds like he did it first. He was just like, I don't know if I fit. But then he saw the vision that Zach's got, and he said it fit. You watch The Town. His character there, Doug McCrae. You know I can't speak
Doug
English.
McCrae.
Dougie.
You had trouble speaking English last time.
Dougie. Yeah, but like, you know, he was a tough guy, just like very scruffy. He had a presence. You know what I mean? Ben's got it. He can do it. He's got it. He's got the chin too.
And you know what?
He's got the fucking chin. People are
Ben's chin.
Exactly. We need Ben's chin.
And you know what else?
Daredevil costume. That costume looked terrible.
He's gonna be a great Bruce Wayne too.
Oh, absolutely.
Like just out of this world, awesome.
How about how we haven't
Wayne.
even talked about the other casting that I was really excited from the get go about was Jeremy Irons.
Oh, of course.
Jeremy
How did we
Irons
miss
is
that?
Alfred.
That's a good move. That is a very good move.
Oh yeah, I mean you get someone like a talent like because you got to follow Michael Caine, and everyone loves Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
So I'm seeing that we're going to see a little bit different kind of Alfred Bruce relationship in this one.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's going to be kind of Earth One-ish.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one Jeff Johns wrote with kind of militaristic Alfred. He's a tough motherfucker.
Yeah.
If you watch Beware the Batman, that kind of Alfred, they're thinking maybe with Jeremy Irons. He's younger than Michael Caine was.
Yeah.
And definitely younger than Michael Gough, who was in the original 4 Batman movies. He was the only consistent thing through those 4 movies.
Really?
There's absolutely nothing consistent about no, that him and the guy who played Gordon. I can't even tell you who that guy was.
Oh, yeah, I can't think of it either. Yeah, it's going to be... He's going to do a good Alfred. But yeah, back to, Ben. He's going to kill it. And anyone who else... Anybody who thinks otherwise is just...
Or just give him time. Just give him a chance. That's all you got to ask.
Give everybody in this movie a chance. Yeah. Because you know what? Everyone knows what you were just saying, how much pressure there is to make these kind of movies. Because, the comic book people, they're not so forgiving sometimes. I mean, look, they can't even forgive Ben
we're very
flop in
unforgiving.
2003. Very
unforgiving. You get... Most of the time in the comic book world, you get one chance. Ben's getting a second one. You know who got a second chance, who doesn't get any, is fucking Chris Evans. He was in the Fantastic Four as Johnny Storm. And those movies were fucking terrible. Was it Chris Evans' fault? No. Was Affleck so bad in Daredevil? He really wasn't.
No.
What was wrong with that movie? Colin Farrell's fucking stupid head. A bunch of things. Just the whole story. The costume was terrible.
Yeah,
it's not like he designed the fucking costume.
And this isn't our Homer style. Ben's a Boston kid. We wanted to play Batman thing. This is like is the best guy for the job.
The other thing that gets you excited for it is that he brings his directing talents to the movie. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not saying, like backseat directing, but he can help bring some style to the film.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the other thing is he brings in writers like Chris Terrio, who rewrote the script for David Goyer. Chris Terrio, for people who don't know, won the Oscar last year for Best, I think, Adapted Screenplay. Because Quentin Tarantino won Best Original. So he won Best Adapted Screenplay for Argo, which him and Ben directed. So he brings him in, help out with the dialogue, Dave Goyer's biggest weakness.
Yep.
Because if you saw Man of Steel...
no dialogue in that movie whatsoever.
The most quotable lines are just the ones like where people are just so over the fucking top.
Yeah.
I will find him!
Or all the stuff that you heard in the previews, because literally that was it.
Yeah, like, actually, most of the dialogue you heard in the previews was from Superman comics.
Yeah.
Those were direct quotes from Superman comics. So even his best dialogue, he didn't really write it. Yeah, but that's what Ben brings you. And then you have the Batman reboot, and you've got Ben and Jeremy Irons, and it seems the natural progression of things would be Ben would direct the film. Maybe not, but he definitely would be involved in creating the storyline for that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's just a real positive thing. And anyone who has anyone criticizing him as an actor, you can give him some grief. He's been in some bad movies.
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor, there's more. Julie, fucking Jersey Girl, some terrible movies.
Don't pay you awesome and fancy,
But
man.
ever since 2007, when he first has been a director, his 3 directorial features have been fantastic.
Yeah,
movies.
no, I agree. I think he's awesome.
No one can
I've
deny
always
that talent.
I've always loved him. I've always thought he was a great guy, you know?
I know, yeah.
But yeah, it should be good. Now, let's talk a little bit about what you told me the other day, that this whole idea that you think that they could possibly be filming 2 movies.
Oh yeah, okay. So the rumor is, what did you guys think of the thing I said the other day though? Like, there's rumors on the internet that Henry Cavill's already in Michigan and he's going to be shooting for 10 months. So they're saying that in those 10 months, they're going to be shooting back to back. Kind of like Mockingjay shot back to back, Pirates of the Caribbean shot back to back features. So it'd be Batman, Superman, then Justice League.
What do you guys think?
So they're in Detroit, correct? This is where they're going.
Yep.
Detroit
Detroit is our
Gotham.
It's Gotham.
Yep, is our Gotham. I guess
which
it's
fits.
it makes sense. It is America's Gotham.
Yeah, it is.
So are we thinking the Justice League movie is going to take place
In Gotham? Maybe that's a possibility. I mean, they could always...
Gonna see a bunch of...
I know they have a studio set in Gotham.
In Gotham.
I know they also have, like, out of Detroit in Michigan, they built a new Kent farm and that kind of stuff.
Oh.
So they have their abilities to move.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, there's rumors about the Avengers shooting in fucking the Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
They're going to start shooting soon. About them shooting in South Africa and shooting in, like,
I heard that too.
and all over the
Yeah.
place. So there's always the chance in those 10 months they move from Michigan. It's not just
yeah.
all in Detroit. We're going street level crime.
Yeah.
Justice League.
Right.
Justice League only fights perch snatchers.
Perch snatchers. Snatchers.
Purse.
When's
snatchers.
the estimated release date on that Justice League movie?
Well, if
2017?
if it was to shoot back,
2016.
if it was shoot back to back, if it was shot back to back, I would guess May 6th, 2016. This guy's
Which just happens to
This
be
guy's
my
birthday.
birthday.
so is for Batman Superman because it was pushed back, and I would imagine exactly a year later.
So
That's
it's
usually
2017.
the Hollywood formula.
Yeah.
You build up the anticipation by putting a full year in between a movie
Like what-
people would
like
love to see immediately.
What they did
Yeah.
for The Hobbit and
Yeah,
Smaug and stuff like that.
Hobbit,
Lord of the Rings.
the Hobbit, the Lord of the all shot back to back to back.
Yeah.
So like, even though the Hobbit does not need to be 3 movies long, but that first movie is a complete waste of time. The second movie, that
Yeah,
last
it was really
hour and a
good.
half with Smaug,
Was awesome.
Smaug.
with
Benedict
Cumberbatch. Let's talk about that. Let's get Cumberbatch in this movie.
Oh yeah, where would you
That's
put him?
where do I want Cumberbatch?
Benedict Cumberbatch. We're talking.
Benedict Cumberbatch is that kind of actor that you could just throw in any role and everyone would be
I could see
excited.
him as Luthor, actually.
You know what?
I know, like
We're back on the list.
it's like. Did you guys see that commercial yet with Ben Kingsley and Tom Hiddleston and Mark Strong? And they're like, "Why the Brits make good villains?"
No.
No.
I think it's gonna be a Super Bowl commercial, but like they're just like always casting British guys as villains.
Yeah.
And it's right there another case, right? Because they're
He's already
classically
on a
trained
villain
actor.
streak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Con.
Smaug.
Schmaug.
Smaug.
And at the same
Yeah,
time,
man.
all the heroes are from Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Staying within the Commonwealth.
exactly. Well, fucking Superman's British. Henry
He is.
Cavill's a
Yeah,
Brit.
he is. You're right.
And we're giving Ben shit, for being Batman.
I know, right? Batman, true American hero.
True American. But I love that as him as Luthor. The other one I was thinking is Cumberbatch as Brainiac.
Ooh,
yeah,
big Brainiac guy too.
I know. See, that's why I thought initially, this was like right after I saw Man of Steel with you.
Yeah.
I thought maybe, just maybe, the next movie would be Lex and Brainiac, and you had both of those, and maybe it's like a Lex more of a subplot with Lex, and the main villain is Brainiac.
Okay.
But now with the casting of Eisenberg, it feels like Lex is at the forefront of this movie.
I think so
It would make sense the guy you cast first is your first villain.
Yeah.
Compared to casting another guy later as you.
Well,
he's the main villain. We just casted him to get your attention.
I mean, we'll start to see more and more casting stuff be released. I mean, I can't imagine that that's the end of it. I
just think that what else do they need to cast? They casted Wonder Woman, they casted Batman, they casted Superman, they casted Lex Luthor. The only person they need to cast is that second villain. And maybe Jimmy Olsen. Or is it Jenny Olsen now? Who knows?
We're talking secondary casting. If we got Lex, then do you think Mercy might play a big role in this movie?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That is a good point.
I love Mercy. Now, if we got Mercy, do we want robot Mercy or real person Mercy?
Maybe Metallo Mercy?
Metallo Mercy.
Wow, we're getting deep here.
There we go.
Now you're thinking.
That I love in the Batman Superman team up that was done by the animated series. Paul Dini, Bruce Timm, those guys. The World's Finest, the World's Finest team up, which should be the name of this movie.
I think it might be.
It's not going to be named.
You don't think so?
It's not going to be named. They want name recognition. They're going to want Batman and Superman in the title. They want people in bumfuck to look up at the sign and see it say Batman, Superman, and they can go.
But I mean, Batman versus Superman, it just sounds so, like, boring, I guess.
Team-ups. On the villain end, do you think we might get that Brainiac Luthor?
The Brainiac Luthor team-up?
Could be.
I just feel
kind of like what we saw in the Justice League animated series.
Oh, yeah, you mean when Luthor and Brainiac came together as one, like, giant super entity?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's the newer version of Brainiac is more like he's like more like an alien almost.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've seen the new 52 kind of.
Yeah, I like the more like
classic.
The classic
style.
Brainiac in which what's the phrase, the term to what he is? You know,
he's
he's artificial intelligence.
Yeah, the Kryptonians created him.
Well, there's that. He has that background. He also has he shrinks cities down and keeps cities. They have that background. Brainiac is you can do a lot of different routes with him. That's why I thought they would use him. Yeah. And also the visual effects you could do with him. You could do fucking, as we saw in the last one, they can do anything now.
They really can.
They really can. And if you once again. Really, I'm fucking pumping Lord of the Rings Desolation at everybody, but
I know.
The way they made the dragon look in Smaug, they literally can do anything with CGI now, and I believe it because that dragon looked unbelievable. It was fantastic.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I gotta.
Did you guys see it?
Oh yeah.
Did that dragon
Absolutely?
You were on the edge of your seat. You're like, that's a fucking real dragon.
Yeah.
They brought one in. Norwegian Ridgebacks, my brother Charlie.
Where are the dragons? They're coming. The dragons are coming.
Yeah. Oh, the fire.
The dragons are coming. I don't know that part yet. Wasn't Benedict Cumberbatch? Was he the one who was casted as the assassin in the new Assassin's Creed movie too?
No, it's it's Fassbender.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Magneto. God, you know what we got to talk about at some point? We got to talk about X-Men. We got to talk about Days of Futures Past. This movie's huge.
I've been reading.
This is the big. Like we always talk about the Avengers.
Let's just.
This is the biggest superhero team up movie of all time.
We're gonna shift gears.
The amount of heroes they've established that they're bringing together in one film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shift gears a little bit.
Gears a little to Marvel.
Yeah, let's shift to
because there's one thing I do want to say about I haven't really read too much into detail about X-Men, just because I don't know, I've been reading so much about the Batman, Superman stuff. It's kind of taken a back seat to that, but it does look like it's going to be huge.
Oh yeah,
like out of control.
Huge ensemble cast. Like they took, and you got Bryan Singer back. Who knows if that's a good thing or not? I don't. He directed Superman Returns.
Then that
worked out so well.
Too, so.
He did direct X-Men 2, which was
pretty good.
I really liked X-Men 2. X2. You're bringing that whole cast together from X-Men First Class.
Yep.
So you're bringing Jennifer Lawrence and Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy, and you're mixing them with Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen and fucking
big fan of Patrick
Hugh Jackman.
2 degrees of Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, you get 2 different Hugh Jackmans. And of course, in the Days of Future Past storyline, we'd send Kitty Pryde back in time, but we don't want to see that, do we? We want to see Hugh Jackman. So we got to send Wolverine because we, as Americans, love Wolverine. Canadians' #1 superhero.
Yes.
Is Wolverine?
Yeah, he's
really?
from Canada. When he was created, he was introduced. If you see him, he was introduced in the Incredible Hulk, and they're like Canada. God, I can't speak.
Canada, you can't.
Canada, eh? Canada's new hero.
Really?
The Wolverine. Oh yeah, I'll pull it up for you. Yeah, but just
while you're pulling that up, I want to talk about the new rumors that this Spider-Man 2 TV spot tonight of the Super Bowl is going to reveal a major death.
I literally just fucking forgot that the Super Bowl's today.
Oh yeah, happy Super Bowl Sunday to everyone out there.
Super Bowl Sunday.
But what do you?
Seahawks fans today.
You know what? You know what we should do at the end of this podcast? Because it's Super Bowl Sunday, we'll all make some super bold predictions.
Super bold.
We'll each make a super bold prediction about some movie, any comic book related movie, because we're talking comic book movies today. No TV, no comic books today.
Yeah.
Comic movies is what the topic was today. So.
But
a certain death, you said?
Yeah, I don't know if you've read anything. I don't know if you guys have read anything about that. But should I do spoilers, or did we do spoilers on this show?
Yeah, we do spoilers.
Well, everybody knows that Gwen Stacy is rumored to die in this next movie. Am I right? Can we all agree on that?
Yeah, I think we can agree.
So apparently, this TV spot is going to reveal a certain death. I don't know how much of it, how much they're going to show, how they're going to show it, or anything. And just what do you guys think about that? That's a major plot line in that story.
Well, I thought it'd be the natural progression to kill her off in this one.
I think it would have been too, but I mean,
it makes
You
sense.
think they're gonna show?
Well, the rumors are that
There's no way they're going to show
they're not going to show it, but the rumor is that they're
it. Teases it.
Yeah, it teases it pretty well.
Now, I thought the natural progression, like I said, would be to kill her this one because they were going to introduce Shailene Woodley, who was born on the exact same day, the exact same year as I am.
Wow.
So we're like best friends. As Mary Jane, and she actually got a lot of blowback too.
She did.
Fuck,
That
man,
was
you just
another
get cast in one of these movies, you get blowback.
Good
You know
luck.
who got a shitload when he was cast as Wolverine was Hugh Jackman.
What about oh my god. I forgot what I was going to say. Just continue.
Yeah,
I'll pop up and
So with Mary Jane being introduced, hey Tiger, that kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it would make sense to set her up in this one and take out Gwen. Even though I love Emma Stone.
Yeah, nothing against her.
I
She's
love Emma
amazing.
Stone. But you know what? Some people gotta die.
That's true.
Peter Parker's life, if you hang out with Peter Parker too much, your life turns to shit. It happens over and over and over again.
It really does.
His parents, Uncle Ben, Felicia Hardy,
Gwen
Stacy, Eddie Brock, Harry Osborn.
Oh my
You hang out with this guy too long, you're
gonna die.
Shit. So
You want to talk about having a depressing life? I mean, everyone's.
that's
always
why
like,
I love
Batman's
Spider-Man.
so dark. His past is so dark. Well, I mean, look at Peter Parker. He's got just as dark as a life, don't you think?
Hey, let's not make light.
Maybe
of that
not as.
situation.
I won't make light of that situation. Rest in peace, Wayne residents.
Mr. Wade.
But I don't know. It should be interesting. But you got the Wolverine thing up here.
Yeah. No, see, look at, and here it is, right here. He's here, the amazing Canadian superhero. See, right there.
Wow.
Canadian.
But he doesn't even look. He's not even dressed in Canadian colors, which is strange.
Well, I mean, what did you want him in? The flag,
the red and white with the little maple leaf on it.
The lager. Maple Man.
Get him in a Mountie uniforms.
Get him a Mountie.
Are we gonna have a question today or what?
I haven't thought of any interesting superhero questions to discuss
No
today.
trivia questions today?
Oh, I have a trivia question ready at
do?
the end, but that's after the super predictions.
All right. Well, I think
How are we looking at right now?
coming up on 40 minutes now. I think we've reached the point of the super predictions, huh?
Hang on one second. Is there any other movie we want to talk about?
Do you guys want to chime in about anything?
There's going to be a Super Bowl spot tonight on Captain America. If we want to talk about that one.
I heard that too.
Because we're going to get to see some new footage on that. Anybody got anything on that they want to talk about?
Anybody have anything about any movies that you'd want to talk about?
Nuts, bolts.
We covered Batman, Superman.
Well,
We covered Justice League.
Yep.
Well, I want to say that back to the X-Men thing.
Yep.
I thought those covers for Empire, those 26 covers they did of all the characters were awesome.
Yeah.
Except one. I am in the group of people who thinks the Quicksilver costume looks terrible. I'm a big Evan Peters guy. He's great on American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Especially that first season. He was fantastic.
Yeah, he was.
All of a sudden, the community of people are saying Quicksilver's their favorite character because Fox Studios is using him, and now Aaron Taylor Thomas, not Taylor. I always say fucking Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Aaron Taylor Johnson is playing him. Kick-Ass is playing him, and Kick-Ass's best friend is playing him. And all of a sudden now, people are like, well, they both can't use this character. He's so important. Quicksilver isn't that important.
No.
He's really not. In the grand scheme of things, he's a ripoff of Flash. We all know it. And the fact he's going to be on screen before the Flash, shame on DC.
I know.
Shame
what is
on
going
DC.
Well, I mean, that's...
We got to see him on Arrow, but come on. A Flash movie should have been made, but long ago.
I know. My boy...
Maybe not long ago. Maybe not I'm not saying 1970.
But yeah.
Trying to get some special effects. No. The what?
The moving screen and some guy trying to watch.
I want to see... I'd love to see a Flash movie. My man, Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie
Perfect.
We got Grant Gustin. We're good.
Huh?
We're getting the Flash show. Yeah,
we are
I
getting
love
the Flash show.
You know what we could have talked about?
Arrow?
They casted two people for the pilot episode.
Oh, they did?
They did. They casted Danielle Panabaker of Disney Channel fame as Caitlin Snow, Killer Frost.
Oh.
And the other one they casted was some blonde guy from the Vampire Diaries as Eddie Thawne. Now, do you remember the only name I pronounced correctly the last time we did this? Abaddon Thawne. From Abaddon Thawne from the 25th century. So his description says that he is a new detective in town and he's hiding a big secret. It's pretty clear that they're setting up Reverse Flash, which is fucking exciting.
God, that's so cool.
It's good shit.
That's
But
awesome.
we have to wait till the fall, so we got 9 months or 7 months.
We got all the people at Arrow keeping us company until then.
do.
Do you want to talk a little bit about Arrow right now, or you want?
We got an Al Ghul showing up next week.
Yes, we do.
That's exciting.
It's very. I mean,
those episodes.
Is he actually gonna?
I don't think Roz isn't coming.
one of them.
Oh, is
is,
it Talia?
It's not Talia. It's her half sister, and I'm not. I can't pronounce.
I know.
You gotta say it. I can't say it.
What is it?
It's Nisia. Nisa.
Nicaea?
I don't
If you
know
guys
how to
know,
pronounce it.
If you guys know, you guys can tweet us or
Tweet
whatever.
at it. It's just like last time we were saying Raish or Raz. It's Raish.
It is
and I
Raish.
think I just said Raz a little while ago. Fuck me.
It's
Raish.
Raish Al Ghul. But, oh my god, they keep killing it every week with Arrow. Every episode gets better.
Yeah, especially Katie Cassidy's hand over her face every week. Your parents got killed? I'm so sorry. Sebastian Blood is a bad guy. I have a substance abuse problem.
Sarah.
I'm sorry to tell you, Katie Cassidy, you're a doll. I follow you on Instagram. If you're not following Katie Cassidy on Instagram, you're not living.
Or Twitter.
Her beloved Seahawks.
Her beloved But, Katie, come on. You gotta do something with that character.
I know.
It's fucking brutal.
It is. It's almost. It's like okay. What are we
It's like
gonna
you're
see
cheering
today?
for Sarah to take her out at some point. Like maybe a Deathstroke will come in. That Deathstroke reveal with Manu.
Oh
Bennett,
my god!
not the one at the mid-season premiere, but the one when he actually was in full
Was in the
suit.
suit.
Was
Oh
awesome.
my god!
Was fucking awesome.
Did you not just like get up and just like,
Yeah. Oh, we were yelling because that episode overall, it wasn't a bad episode, but
you knew it was setting up for something.
In standards of this season, it was kind of mediocre for this season. It would have been a great episode, season 1, where there was some, but this season they've really raised the bar.
Oh my
And
God.
just those last 5 minutes when you have Deathstroke come out and kill those 4 guys, and then you have Ollie be like, "All right, Roy, I'll help you out, I'll train you," and that's just like. I was like, just
And-
if you extended those 5 minutes into 50, I'm there.
I know, right? And you know what? We're definitely going to be seeing Arsenal, which is awesome.
Yeah,
So cool. What a great character.
yeah. He loves beating on
Beating the shit out of people. That's for
beating the
sure.
fucking literally beating the piss out. Of
Yeah.
people.
It's going to be that show, man. Continues to be awesome.
All right,
What else you got? Is that it?
bold predictions.
You guys got anything else you want to add before we do these predictions or what? No?
Super Bowl bold predictions.
Super
Okay,
Bold.
so it can be about any comic book movie this year, next year, some year. So it's got to be announced. All right, so we're gonna start with Braid.
We're going to start with me.
Yep, I'll finish this
A
up.
prediction?
A prediction.
I think that Amazing Spider-Man 2,
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see little hints, teases, maybe possibly a sighting of Venom.
Of Venom. Okay.
I think that they're
I
going
think
to
I'd
throw
love
him in
that.
somewhere. Somewhere we're going to see a Venom reference. Maybe even...
Is that going to
Building
connect to his movie that's been
Well,
announced?
everyone knows, I don't know if you guys know, but we were talking about it last time that they announced the Venom movie and everything,
they
the
know.
spin-offs.
They
You
know.
guys know that,
They
right?
wouldn't be here if they didn't.
That's true. You got to go through a strict screening process before you let in. I think that we're going to see maybe a glimpse of him in this movie to kind of trail off into the spin-off. So
Well, I take it. All right, Rye Guy, you. What do you got? What's your bold prediction?
Okay, so ever since the name Brainiac has been thrown
Yeah.
into this conversation, I've been sitting here thinking about that. And,
it's been festering inside.
and I, can't say with any certainty about this upcoming Batman Superman, but I think at some point in this Superman series, we're gonna see something having to do with Brainiac. So I think in this movie, the Batman Superman movie, we're going to get a hint
At Brainiac.
at Brainiac, if
Okay.
not Brainiac.
So hints at Venom, hints at Brainiac.
or at least
I like
some
it.
sort of Kryptonian intelligence that is Brainiac-esque.
All right.
I think we're getting something like that.
All right. I'm excited. I love that.
that
I
would
love
be
both
awesome.
of those. I like
That
these
would be
bold
awesome.
predictions. All right. Bold prediction number 3. Dan.
I'm ready to see a Vic Stone name drop coming up.
A Vic Stone.
Wow.
Name drop, dude.
Cyborg. All right.
I mean, we've seen him in a bunch of animated films. We've seen him in a lot of the literature recently. So
Mm-hmm. So you're thinking they're going to go with the Justice League route. They're going to go try to really get diversity on the roster. Do you think with that, just one little quick thing, do you think they're going to add a second female to, kind of like they did on Justice League when they added Hawkgirl? Possibility, maybe. It's hard.
It's hard to think. That's why these are predictions.
Yeah, but I like the Vic Stone. So you think there's going to be a Vic Stone in this next movie, the name drop, at some point?
Yeah, just a name drop. Not necessarily any connections to him as
maybe like
a cyborg, but just like...
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he could just be there as a, just a side.
Or like maybe
character.
you see a headline on a paper, Vic Stone throws winning touchdown or some beat.
Yeah, something like that.
Because apparently everyone follows high school football very closely. In the New 52, everyone follows football extremely closely.
Shazam follows it very closely.
All right. My prediction is that the Michael Bay produced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie will not suck.
Oh, all right.
Now, I know. The director and the producer have a past history of not producing quality films, but seeing the redesigns of the character this week, I got pretty excited.
They look
fucking awesome.
They really do.
And a couple of the actors I like, Alan Richardson, he was actually Aquaman on Smallville. He was in the Hunger Games. I like him as playing Raphael. I'm not quite sure what his name is on Shameless. His name's Mickey on Shameless. He was in Max Keeble's Big Move. But he's been in a bunch of different things. He's playing Mikey. I love Michelangelo. And I think these redesigns look fantastic. I don't know if you guys saw the Shredder, but he looked fucking cool too. And there was a Krang reference too. People think the Krang might be involved.
Oh,
that's exciting shit. So like, I don't know. I'm telling you right now, I don't think it's gonna suck.
I don't think it is either. Now that you just said that, I did see the what they were going to look like the last week.
It's nasty,
they
right?
Look
like
awesome.
They look cool.
They look so cool.
They look big. All right.
They look. Well, that's. I mean, I completely forgot about that, which is so weird because there's so much spotlight on everything else that this is going to be another big movie coming out. So we'll see. But all right. So we want to leave him with the question or what? You got a trivia question out there?
Okay, guys. So, the trivia question this week, Bray's going to retweet it, alright? There's a famous storyline in which Swamp Thing comes to Gotham and has the greening of Gotham. To try to get rid of Swamp Thing, the Gotham police, and I think it's a task force, bring in one Lex Luthor. And they have to pay him for, I think it's 5 or 10 minutes of his time. How much do they have to pay for 5 to 10 minutes of Lex Luthor's time? That's the trivia question.
How much do they have to pay?
How much do they have to pay for 5 to 10 minutes of Lex Luthor's time?
All right. Oh, look it up. Tweet at us. Do whatever you want.
Yep. At the Caped Informers.
Yep. Thank you guys for stopping by again. Dan, Ryan, thanks for joining us. You guys probably be on more than just this show, I'm sure. But,
I loved having you guys on. Dan, you had some really good ideas, right? You did too.
Good contribution.
Good interjections. Don't be afraid to say anything, man. We liked having you on.
And
Thank you
the hooded figure is MIA.
The hooded figure is doing hooded figure things. So
figure.
We'll have him on next time too, hopefully. And I don't know.
Skype him in.
Yeah, we'll Skype him in. Business call. But we hope you guys enjoyed it. And stay tuned for next week. And we are out of here.